CoinMarketCap serves as a summary of everything covered in this video. Additionally, for future XRP news and other cryptocurrency news in general, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Come on, look at this. As the matter progresses to the appeals court, the SEC takes Ripple's lawsuit off from its website. Civil actions are deleted from SEC records as Ripple requests an appeal. Short deadline of April 16th, 2025. The SEC takes the Ripple complaint off from its website while it awaits the appeals court. The SEC has removed activities linked to Ripple from its website while the complaint is still pending before the Court of Appeals. Civil actions are deleted from SEC records as Ripple requests an appeal, short deadline of April 16th, 2025. And share this content with others. The Ripple case appeared to have disappeared from the SEC website recently, which left the XRP community perplexed. Some have started to speculate that this might be an indication that the protracted case is nearing its end. Attorney Jeremy Hogan, however, claims that the issue was only taken out of the website's litigation section. Nevertheless, it is still accessible on the appeal court's website. There isn't an appeal section. It has been taken off from the SEC website's lawsuit section. He did, however, add that there are no fresh files and that it is still present on the appeal court's official website. According to reports, the SEC filed an opening brief in its appeal against Ripple earlier this month. Ripple was quick to minimize the importance of the appeal, saying it was merely a diversion. The company appears to be certain that the issue will be put on hold by the upcoming pro-crypto SEC government. Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderati, foresaw this outcome. The San Francisco-based blockchain company last week that it be given until April 16th to submit its opening brief. Shortly after the SEC filed its notice of appeal in October of last year, Ripple made its cross-appeal public. The new SEC leadership, which is now running the agency as acting chair, has pledged to provide clear regulations for the Bitcoin industry. The controversial lawsuit was first launched by Republican SEC chief Jay Clayton. After facing numerous significant obstacles, the SEC ultimately chose to appeal both the summary decision and the final verdict. It is currently unclear if the influential regulatory body will decide to continue appealing the case. As the complaint proceeds to the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, the SEC has taken a significant step in the continuing legal struggle over XRP categorization by removing civil proceedings pertaining to Ripple from its website. According to a member on X, the SEC website is unimportant and the appeal is still underway in the court's global system. When I logged in, the writer, who claimed to be an attorney, noted that Ripple had asked for an extension to file its brief. The lawsuit status may soon change, even though it is now classified as active. As of January 23, 2025, Ripple has formally requested a deadline of April 16, 2025 for the submission of its response brief, according to a file made by the Ripple legal team. In its opening brief on January 15, 2025, the SEC stated that it sought to repeal a number of significant to private investors. The district court previously ruled that Ripple's direct sales to institutional investors qualified as securities transactions, despite the fact that XRP is not a security in and of itself. The court ruled that sales on secondary trading platforms did not qualify as securities. The SEC now claims that ordinary investors would have expected profits given Ripple's marketing efforts. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different outcomes is the draw, said Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. Stuart Alderati, the chief legal officer at Ripple, described it as a reiteration of previously unsuccessful arguments. Unlike the $1 billion SEC first demand, Ripple is still subject to a $125 million civil penalty. It is anticipated that the outcome of the case at the appeals level would affect the regulatory landscape in the United States with relation to digital assets and their classification. Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, are now involved in a legal battle. The fact that the SEC removed civil lawsuits against Ripple from its website suggests that the case has advanced to a significant point. As the case moves on to the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, this step is being taken. It is a significant step in the dispute over the proper classification of XRP. The appeals court has taken up Ripple's case. Although the Ripple case has been removed from the SEC's litigation area, it has just been moved to the website's Cases on Appeal section, according to legal commentator Jeremy Hogan. However, he pointed out that no new files have been filed as of yet, and the case is still listed on the appeal court's website. As of January 23, 2025, Ripple has formally requested an extension and set April 16, 2025 as the due date for submitting its response brief. follows the SEC's January 15, 2025 filing in which the agency asked for the reversal of significant portions of the prior district court order. The SEC is specifically contesting the decision on the sale of XRP to regular investors. Despite the fact that XRP is not a security, the district court previously ruled that Ripple's direct sales to institutional investors qualified as securities. The SEC website is irrelevant, said another individual posing as a lawyer. The appeal is still pending in the nationwide system of the court. I practice law. I just logged in. The latest update is Ripple's request for additional time to submit its brief. The status of the case is still displayed as active. That might soon change. In the midst of the SEC struggle, the CEO of Ripple recently shared his thoughts on the cryptocurrency industry. He urged the sector to work together and demanded an end to maximalism. According to garlinghouse, the owner of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP, the cryptocurrency sector needs embrace a range of assets in order to see sustained growth. Other cryptocurrency stories include the confirmation of Scott Bessent, a well-known proponent of Bitcoin and former Treasury Secretary nominee. This helps explain why there are more and more lawmakers that are in favor of cryptocurrencies, which suggests that the US is opening up to the idea. There have been rumors that the appeal would be abandoned because Ripple was not mentioned in the SEC's litigation release's RSS feed. However, XRP's price movement was more muted, suggesting that investors require a formal announcement. An attorney and XRP community member named Shell Advocat downplayed the significance of Ripple's removal from the SEC website by stating the SEC website does not matter. Across the country, the appeal is still proceeding in the courts. I just signed in and I'm a lawyer. Ripple's request for additional time to submit its brief is the most recent entry. The status of the case is still displayed as active. That might soon change.